चरण सरोज रज, निज मन मुकुर सुधारी। बरनौ रघुबर बिमल जसु, जो दायक फलचारी। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके, सुमिरो पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि, हरहु कलेश विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवारी सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे, कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, बिकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज सवारे। लाए सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बढ़ाई, तो मम प्रिय भरतहि संभाई। सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जब कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते, कबि कोबिद कहि सके कहते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा, राम मिलाय राजपत दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्त्र जो जन पर भानु, लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानु। प्रभु मुद्रिका मैली मुख माहि, जलधि लागी गए अचरज नाहि। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी शरणा, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज समारो आपे, तीनों लोक हाकते कापे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा, है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नव निधि के दाता, अस्पर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हरे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हरे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबरपुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरहि, हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करहि। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ करे कोई, छूटहि बंधि महासुख होय। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होए सिद्ध साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजे नाथ हृदय बहडेरा। पवन तने संकट हरन, मंगल मूरति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसो सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो रे भाई सब संतन की जय। Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Ram. So we have been talking about the gurus of Ikshvaku dynasty, Surya Vansh. And the two main gurus that we are talking about are Guru Vasishtha and Guru Vishvamitra. When we look at Guru Vishvamitra, one thing becomes very clear. Anybody can have a past. It could be good or bad. It could be destructive or constructive. Yet, that does not deter that person from having a future of his choice. No matter where you are born, no matter what your identity, no matter what your past, it is in our hands to determine how our future is going to be. When, as the stories go, some negate it also, that if Ratnakar can become Valmiki, Vishwarath can become Vishvamitra, can't we become divine also? We should stop brooding over what has happened in the past. That is the biggest problem in our life, I feel. We don't let go of the past and we do not embrace the future, and we waste the present also. Stop brooding over the past. Forget the past. Jo ho gaya, so ho gaya. Khatam karo na. And now is the time when I can decide how my future is going to be. Let's not punish ourselves for behaving in a certain manner when we did not know. But now that we know, should our behavior, should our mannerisms, should our character have a decorum to it? It should, isn't it? Beet gayi so baat gayi. Stop it right now. What happened is done and over with. We can learn from our past, definitely. But to dwell over it, in fact, we should never dwell over anything. When we dwell over a negative thought, it amplifies itself. When we dwell over positivity, or when we dwell over a thing or a person, we get attached. It is not wrong to like, it is wrong to dwell. It is not wrong to appreciate, it is wrong to dwell. It is not wrong to identify a flaw in somebody, but it is wrong to dwell. It is not wrong to have, but it is wrong to dwell, because when you dwell, you become attached. And when this realization dawns, just like in Vishvamitra, when he had a battle, he fought against the powers of Astra, Shastra is the tangible things that we hold in our hands, right? And shastras, those are shastras. And astras are the powers which come through mantras. You just chant something and throw it in the air. And we have seen in all these serials, right? We just utter some mantras and then a weapon is conceived, suddenly a weapon comes in front. Those are astras, the power of mantras. So over here, during the fight, and we can't even call it a battle because it was a meek Vasishtha, a sage, who with his little cow fighting against a battalion that was owned by Vishvamitra. And all his sons, all his soldiers, one son survived because he was there in the castle, in the palace. Yet other than that, everybody was destroyed. Did Nandani Ma and Vasishtha want to fight? No, they did not. But they had to protect themselves. When Vishvamitra, from respect, he came to bargaining, and from bargaining, he came to forcing, a lesson had to be taught. All through our scriptures, it is clearly mentioned that don't be violent, don't harm anybody. But when somebody is crossing the boundary and is harming you, our scriptures don't tell us that we should take the hit or the blow without retaliating. Who says that? All our gods, Shri Krishna, Hanuman, Shri Ram, all the Devis, all have astras in their hand. They have karuna in their heart, but if needed, they are willing to raise those shastras to protect the needy and to destroy evil. Spirituality does not make us boneless. It makes us compassionate and loving. When needed, when the lines are being crossed, shastras have to be picked up. But the feeling of hatred should never come into your heart. We'll see, although Vasishtha destroyed all of Vishwamithra's son, Ma Nandini created an entire army to protect herself. Yet, both of them did not give room to hatred in their heart. Their heart was filled with compassion and love. The actions were as per the situation. They were not proactive, they were just defensive actions. And now, Vishvamitra realized that his power was useless. His army, his battalion, his weapons, his skills, everything that he owned were rendered futile and useless in front of Vasishtha Guru's Astra Shakti, Mantra Shakti, Sadhana Shakti, Penance Shakti, Tapas Shakti. And Vishvamitra did not take too much time. He turned back to Guru Vasishtha and said, "This is not over. I am going to come back. I will come back and teach you a lesson. I'll come back and take Nandini with me. Wait and watch." He went to his castle, immediately crowned the remaining son as the king, and headed back to the jungles. Most of the sadhanas take place next to a flowing river or a high peak. He sat down at tapas. And days rolled by, months rolled by, years rolled by. It took thousands of years of penance and tapas. He had forgotten his kingdom, his kith and kin, everybody. Nothing was there for him anymore. Because when he realized that there is something beyond possessions, although for a negative reason, he held on to it. Each one of us in our life gets this experience where we realize that what we hold so dear, be it material, be it people, be it our houses, be it our jewelry, be it our clothes, be it anything tangible or intangible, is not as strong or as useful as the power of sadhana. We all bow down in front of sages and sannyasis, don't we? Why? Because they possess something that we don't. They don't have the material things that we possess, yet their calm, their quiet, their aura tells us that everything that we hold dear is nothing but ash. And they have something which is worth striving for. We bow down in front of them, but we do not want to become them. Right? Sadhu sannyasi kaun banega? Even if a grihast is leading such a lifestyle as the sadhus or the sannyasis or the scriptures demand, we will say, no, that is not for us. We can't do that. It's different. We demean ourselves so much. Many a times I hear from people, we are but just humans. Don't you know? Prabhu made us in his own image. We are divine. This human birth is rare. Even the Devtas crave for it. In Swarglok, they want this human birth because only in this human birth we have the ability to cross the ocean of mundane existence, break the shackles of Maya and become one with that divine. Become the knowers of Brahman. And that is what Vishvamitra said, that if Vasishtha Guru is a Brahma Rishi, I too will become a Brahma Rishi, because that is the only way I can defeat him. Material possessions and strength cannot fight the power of penance and tapas, cannot fight the power of knowing the Lord himself and being connected to him. It is said that during Satyug, right now we are in Kalyug, right? Many debates saying it is the end of Dwapara. Does not matter. But during Satyug, whenever there was a Havan, the Devtas would come down and take the offering themselves. It was very easy to communicate with the sages who were residing in various lokas. Even Guru Vasishtha was in total communion. He was always connected to the Lord. So when he uttered something, it became reality. When he uttered something, it was the truth. If it was not happening when he was uttering, the universe would realign itself to make what Guru Vasishtha was saying to be a truthful occurrence. Such was the power of Satyug, such was the power of Guru Vasishtha. In Kalyug, Mansa Vacha Karmana, we are not one in thought, word and deed. Right now we go around wearing masks, right? But to be very honest, how many of us were roaming around without masks even before? How many of us have the courage to show the world our true selves, to be as unapologetically ourselves that the person in front also feels comfortable to be himself? Why the pretense? Why the mask? So nothing has changed. We had a mask before, now we have a visible mask. Before also, we were causing a lot of damage. By wearing the mask, now we are causing damage without wearing a mask. But Vishvamitra realized that I want that power. The power of the world. He was the ruler of the worlds. He had everything that we can even dream of. We spend an entire lifetime wanting material things. How sad. This human birth is for God realization, and we throw it away as a treat to the dogs of vices and vasanas. Sad, sad, sad. But Vishvamitra, though his intention was to teach Guru Vasishtha a lesson, he dropped all his material attachments, all his material belongings, everything that he possessed in a second's time. And what did he do? He started to stop. Years went by, thousands and thousands of years. We feel that the spiritual journey is momentary. It is. होने को अभी हो जाए और होने को पूरे जन्म लग जाए. It can happen right now, right the spirit, but it might take thousands and thousands and thousands of years also. It is said that two sannyasis, people who had renounced the world, they just wanted God. Why should I say sannyasi again and again? Two people, they could have been grihasths also, right? They could be householders. So two people who were desiring to reach the Lord were sitting under a tree and meditating. And when this was happening, Narad Muni, as always, decided to come down and test how diligently or how lovingly or how passionately they wanted the Lord. So Narad Muni came down, and both these seekers asked, how long will it take for me to reach the Lord? And they were sitting under a tree, right? And the tree had lots and lots of leaves. Small little fine leaves. And Narad Muni looked up. He looked at the tree and said, it will take as long as it takes for each and every leaf to be counted. That many births you will take. Now both the seekers looked up. The tree was dense, uncountable leaves. And they asked, it'll take that many births? Yes, not only years, that many births for you to realize the Lord. The two seekers looked at each other. One of them got up, packed up his things, gave away his kanti mala, your jap mala, and was walking away. Narad Muni said, what are you doing? Don't you want Lord? He said, if it's going to take so many births, why should I waste my time? I just, enjoy life, be merry and be happy. Who knows what will happen? These many births, I don't have the patience. And he walked away. But the other seeker continued as he was doing before with his sadhana. He started his jap even more intensely. And Narad Muni said, it will take that many births. Are you willing to do that? He said, as long as it takes. As long as it takes. I am willing to give away more births than the leaves on this tree for the Lord to be mine. Plus he said, I find so much of joy. I feel so connected to the Lord when I'm chanting His name that this weight of births after births does not deter me. I am in love with the name. I am in love with what I do. I am in love with the Lord. And as long as it takes, I am enjoying and connected to Him during this journey. Narad Muni said, Dhanya, you are a great seeker. You shall meet the Lord very soon. This is what is needed. Vishvamitra said, as long as it takes, I will become a Brahma Rishi. I don't want to be a Rishi. I don't want to be a Raj Rishi. I don't want to be a Rishi. I don't want to be a Maharishi. I want to become a Brahma Rishi because Guru Vasishtha is a Brahma Rishi and only a Brahma Rishi can defeat a Brahma Rishi. And he sat down in sadhana. He started taking the name of Shivji. He started chanting Om Namah Shivaya consistently. With all the effort, years rolled by, but his sadhana did not break. His tapas became more intense by the day. And finally, Shivji, after many, many, many thousands of years, had to descend. And he asked, what is it that you seek? Tell me. He said, Lord, you are the knower of all the astras and shastras. Give me the power of the fire, the water, the earth. Give me the power of the sun. Give me the power of Brahma. Give me the power of all the weapons. I want to become the knower and the undefeatable owner of every weapon in the world. I want all the astras and the shastras. Please give them to me, and then I'll go back and defeat Vasishtha. Shivji said, you seek so much of power. For that? So many years of tapasya for revenge? Vishwarath, this is not a good intention. Vishwarath said, it's okay. I want everything and you said that you'll give me a boon, so please give it now. Shivji said, "Theek hai." Shivji is Bhola Bhandari, very simple. Anything for his devotees. The one who can drink poison for us would not oblige. He said, Tathastu. If you want the Astra, Shastra, Vidya, the power of the water, wind and earth, may it all be yours. Everything, every knowledge of mine, I give to you today. I'll share it with you. Saying this, he put his hand on Vishwarath's head. And as if suddenly, he could feel that he had become so powerful, stronger than ever. And with this power did not come humility at all. He turned around and rushed to Vasishtha's ashram. He rushed there and he started burning everything. And suddenly when Vishwanath came, the peace in that ashram was destroyed. The harmony between the animals, the lions and the tigers and the sheep that we had seen, everything got distorted. There was violence everywhere. Suddenly there was a tremor. And Guru Vasishtha was sitting in his kutia in his small little hut and doing his meditation. The Vishwanath started burning everything he laid his eyes on because he had the power of fire. He had the power of wind. There were strong winds all around, trees being uprooted. There was mayhem everywhere. He raised the water level so high that the entire ashram was getting flooded. And destroying his pupils, destroying whatever came his way, the livestock, he rushed towards Guru Vasishtha. Guru Vasishtha was sitting calmly. He looked at Vishwarath. He said, Vishwarath, you have done a lot of penance. This anger and vengeance is going to destroy all the tapas that you have done. Stop it even now. Don't destroy what you have earned. Vishwanath said, stop preaching. You are scared, isn't it? Now I have all the powers of Ashtras and now wait and see what I'll do. And with that, he started throwing fire, water, weapons towards Vasishtha Guru, hoping to destroy him and kill him. Guru Vasishtha remained calm. All he did was, he put his Brahmadanda. He had a small Brahmadanda, small stick that he used to hold. And while sitting, he just put his Brahmadanda in front of him and he kept looking at Vishwarath. One after another, all the weapons were getting just absorbed in the Brahmadanda. Everything was being absorbed in Brahmanand. There was no mayhem. Not only this, all the mayhem outside, all the negativity, the fire, everything was made null and void. Everything became normal because the Brahmanand started acting and absorbing every negative, every weapon, every vice into it. And Guru Vasishtha, that meek little calm sage who was older than eternity, started just looking with a smile at Vishwanath. Vishwanath's anger knew no bounds. He started getting angrier and angrier. So angry he got that this time he said, finish. I'm going to use the Brahmastra. I'm going to destroy the entire universe with you. Let's see what you will do. When Brahmastra's name came, Guru Vasishtha had a slight line of worry on his head, but then he did not get up. He had faith in his sadhana. He just kept sitting and he closed his eyes and let the Brahma Astra come towards the shaft. And this Brahma Danda absorbed the Brahma Astra also. Vasishtha opened his eyes In spite of all the destruction Vishvamitra has made, in spite of all the hatred Vishvamitra had showered towards Guru Vasishtha, Guru Vasishtha had compassion and love in his eyes. He said, there is still time, Vishvamitra. Stop what you are doing. It is of no use. Oh, Vishvamitra said no. If it takes to be a Brahmarishi, my penance is not enough. Even the astras are useless. I will come back. I will come back as a Brahmarishi. Wait and watch. He went back. The journey of Vishvamitra from a Kshatriya to a Brahmin. What is a Kshatriya? Protector. A Brahmin is a knower of God. Anybody can elevate from whatever they are. We considered Varnas from birth, but Varnas are not from birth. Varnas are based on our action. Initially, probably long ago, Varnas and birth had a correlation. Right now, that correlation is all messed up. Yet, his Varna, his sanskar was of a Kshatriya, but he wanted to become the knower of Brahman, and Vishvamitra, he wanted to become the knower of Brahman, and Vishvamitra worked towards it. He left again. And this time, he went away, deeper into the jungles, deeper, and started his sadhana again. Knowing that no matter what, till he becomes a Brahmarishi, he would not stop. Not only did he denounce the material, tangible world, right now, you know what he denounced? He denounced siddhis. He was not an ordinary king. He did not do an ordinary tapasya. When the sadhana becomes so strong, a lot of powers come towards you. Riddhi, siddhi, samriddhi. So much is showered towards you to deter you from reaching the Lord. And over here, Vishvamitra considered siddhis to be accomplishment, and that is the mistake most of the people, most of the seekers, most of the sadhaks make. The minute they feel power within, they feel they have arrived. And then they are lost again in sansar. But the person who is willing to understand that even the siddhis and riddhis are not worth my attention goes on the journey till he realizes the Brahman is the one who is able to accomplish the task he had set out on. Most of us get tormented and distracted and overjoyed with our accomplishments. Now again, Vishvamitra sat down with his tapasya. And again, time started rolling. Time started going back. Again, he prayed to Brahma. So hard was his penance. He stopped eating. He stopped drinking. He stopped breathing. He stopped every activity of his body. And it is said that when such a tapasya is conducted, there is heat generated in the body which is capable of destroying the entire universe. Such was his tapasya, such was his focus that he compelled Brahmaji to come down. And Brahmaji said, from now on, you are not Vishvamitra. You are a Rajarishi, Vishvamitra. But Vishvamitra said, I do not want to be a Rajarishi. I want to be a Brahmarishi. But Brahmaji said, you're not ready yet. Your tapas is not enough. You're not clean enough to become the knower of Brahma. You have to go on with your tapas and sadhana. The only title I can give you right now is the title of a Rajarishi. And again he went on. He started doing his tapas. From Rajarishi, he became a Rishi. From a Rishi, a Maharishi. Again he claimed, I do not want to be a Maharishi, I want to be a Brahmarishi. But Brahmaji said, you're not ready for that title as yet. Being a Brahma Rishi is when your entire existence is pure, when nothing of you is left and only what remains is the Lord. Vishvamitra, Vishwarath, you have not reached that state yet. But he did not give up. He continued his tapas. He continued his tapas. He said, as long as it takes. As long as it takes. Birth after birth, years after years, as long as it takes. As long as it takes. And it is said that in the middle of this tapas, this sadhana, this quest of becoming a Maharishi, lots conspired. And Vishvamitra or Vishwarath, because Vishvamitra is when he reaches the Brahma Rishi state, right? Right now he's dwelling between Vishwarath and Vishvamitra. He lost the tapasadna or the power of his penance many times. Whatever he had accumulated, he lost. Once there was a king called Trishanku. He was, again, in the Ikshvaku dynasty, he was one of the kings. And he gave over his kingdom to his son. He went to the Vanaprastha ashram. However, he longed to go to Swargalok with his body. He was so attached to his body. Aren't we all? Our body, dear. We spend so much time nurturing our body, looking after our body, decorating our body that we don't even look at our own soul. This body is perishable. Yes, we have to keep it healthy. Yes, we have to keep it active because this is an instrument. Through this, we can act and realize the self. But we become one with the body. We become one as if we have become one with our clothes. I am not the body, I am not the mind. No, that is lost. We say, I am this body. This is me. This body is not you. The thoughts are not you. The mind is not you. There is something deep below which is a witness, and that is you. But over here, Trishanku, he said, I cannot go without my body. I love my body. I desire to ascend to Swargalok with this body. Swargalok with this body? You cannot take this body to Swargalok, can you? But he said, I would want to. And Trishanku was, as it is, a very vile soul. He had created the three great offense of not listening to his father, of disrespecting a guru, and eating impure offering, impure food. So as it is, he was named as Trishanku, the one who had three sins. And now he had a desire to rise up to heaven with his very body. He went to Guru Vasishtha. Again, Guru Vasishtha is the king of the entire is the guru of the entire lineage. So he went and he said, I desire to ascend to Swargalok with this body. Going to Swarg was also not written for him. That too with this body. Guru Vasishtha said, what are you talking about? Go purify yourself. You ascending to Swarg is a big question mark. That also with this body, I do not know. Please don't come and talk to me, Trishanku. Go sit in penance. He said, fine. I from now on declare that you are not my guru. What, guru is like wearing clothes? That today you have one guru and tomorrow you have the other guru? No. See, either don't make a guru. But once we have taken diksha, once we have accepted somebody as our guru, at that moment, 100% surrender should be there, no matter what. No matter what. At that time, even if the guru says something which does not appeal to you, you have to accept it and listen. Because when you have taken somebody to be your guru, you expect him to be the knower of Adi, Madhya and Ant, right? So when he knows, which does not, you are not the knower, you're ignorant as of now. So when he says something, although it does not make sense in the current scenario, it could be of great use. So By far, once a guru is made, we should focus at his feet. But Trishaku, what did he say? I will not have you as my guru anymore. That is the biggest blunder or sin that one can do. And he went where? To Guru Vasishtha's sons. He told the sons to help him ascend to heavens. The sons said, when our father has said no, how can we help you? And how can you act in such a manner? How can you denounce a guru? Because of such an act, you from now on will become a Chandal. And his kingly glow, everything just went away. He started looking like a depleted Chandal. Yet the desire to go to heaven with his body did not leave him. Desires are strong, isn't it? Desires never leave us, and we do not want to leave our desires because we feel if there is no desire, our life will become useless. There won't be joy in the life because we do not know true joy. There is a song, right? This is my favorite one. But lagyo mero raab fakiri mein, but lagyo mero naam fakiri mein, jo sukh pao raab bhajan mein, वो सुख ना ही अमीरी में, मन लाग्यो मेरो नाम फकीरी में. What sukh is this fakir talking about? He has denounced everything and desires too. Yet he's saying that sukh, that joy, that divine anand which I feel in being connected to my Lord and chanting his name is not there in anything else. It's not there in any of the riches. But lagyo mero naam fakiri mein. And this Trishaku's desire to ascend is stronger than ever. And at that time, he bumped into Guru Vishvamitra. He was just taking a little break from his sadhana. And when he heard the entire story, as it is, Guru Vasishtha was his rival. So he said, I will make sure with my tapabal that you ascend to heaven. And again, the samagri for all the havan and everything was set. And Trishaku was made to sit. And Vishvamitra started calling down all the devas. No devas came down. No devas came down to take the offering. Nobody else came to be part of this yagna. And because of this, Vishvamitra got so angry. He said, it's okay. With my own tapabal, I am going to make you rise up and establish you in heaven. And this is what happened. He used all his tap power, all his penance, sadhana, all the japa puji, all the effort he has put in his sadhana, he gave to Trishaku, and with this, slowly Trishaku started ascending and he went all the way up to heaven. But what happened there was the Devtas pushed him back. But again, because of Vishvamitra's power, he went back. And again, he was pushed back, and now he was suspended, head down. Vishvamitra said, it's okay, I have so much of tabbal, I have so much of power from my tapas, I will create an entire new heaven. And he was about to create an entire new heaven. When Brahmaji and all came, he said, no, an entire new Indra, entire new. I have the power to create everything. I have the power to create another Amravati. But at that time, Brahmaji said, you cannot do this. You are going to disturb the balance of this creation. Vishvamitra, Vishwarath, control yourself. He said, okay, I will just create a place for Trishaku to stay. The constellations and all were created, and Trishaku, as of now, is still lying, head down, suspended, because of the power of Vishvamitra. With his body, he became eternal, and he is still there. Such was the power of Vishvamitra. Yet, because of this, he lost all his power. He used up all his Japa Puji because he was accumulating punya to become, he was accumulating tapabal and power to reach the Maharishi stage. But because he used up all his power for Trishaku, he had to start his sadhana all over again. But he did not give up. See, this is something that we have to think about. It takes a minute to lose all our powers. And we feel, why is it that I've been praying for so long, or I've been doing so much of tapas, yet nothing is happening. First, you never know. It could take as long as it takes. And second, are we not simultaneously exhausting all our punya? The minute we utter a wrong word about somebody, the minute we gossip, the minute we shout, the minute we get angry, be it on anybody, that very moment we go not only to zero, but we go to negative. And again we have to start. And this is a recurring cycle, right? We are trapped in this vicious circle, just like Vishvamitra. He is doing a lot of tapa and he is using it up. He is doing a lot of tapas and he is using it up. Hence, he is not being able to rise beyond the level of Maharishi. He used all his power on Trishaku. Why? Because he wanted to show Vasishtha that he could do it. The ego. See, unless and until we are able to conquer Kam, Krodh, Moh, Lobh, Ahankar, Mad, Matsarya, how can we say that when will I get God? And we all know how deep in the mud we are. So again, Vishvamitra, yet the beauty about Vishvamitra is never gives up. He realized, oh my God, what have I done? For this Trishaku, I used up all my tapabal, and he went back and he started praying again. He sat down in tapasya. At this time, again, the tapasya was intense, so strong that Indradev got worried and afraid. See, when the tapasya is going on, when there is any punya karya going on, when you want to take the asana, whatever, the devatas get really worried. What is Indra? Indra is a designation, right? It is not the name. And every time a person is able to elevate, a new Indra is selected. So Indra got very, very, very upset seeing Vishvamitra and his tapasya. At this time he thought that he will be able to accomplish the Maharishi title. He will be able to accomplish a dominion over the heavens also. His tapasya has become so strong. And Indra said, no, I have to distract him. I cannot let him accomplish. And not only these, when we are doing our karma, when we are trying to focus on good, when we are doing our sadhana, our mind rebels. There are so many negative thoughts which we normally won't flow. They start coming to our mind. Our senses get distracted. They start moving outwards. We try to move inwards, but our senses are craving for outwardly worldly things. It happens. It's normal. There is a lot of resistance when one is moving on the path. That is why they say, right, आग का दरिया है और डूब के जाना है. This is not the path for the weak in heart. And not only this, anything we do in life where we really, really want to accomplish, be it a student who wants to accomplish a position in the best university, or an athlete who wants to have a name in the world, or a musician who wants to write a historical note which is remembered, or an architect who makes a monument which is par excellence. What is needed? That one-sided focus. And when you have that focus, you can accomplish anything in this world. Nothing is impossible. But at that very moment, 101 distractions will come. And the person who does not succumb to these distractions is the one who becomes the world-famous athlete, the world-famous architect, the knower of Brahman. The knowledge of scriptures teach us how we can accomplish our goals in the material world also. आप चाहे ना जैसे यूज करना चाहे इसको कर ले. The one who wants to accomplish the Lord is going to use these scriptures to accomplish the Lord. The others who want to accomplish their goal can use the scriptures to accomplish their goal. So again, Vishvamitra sat down in sadhana. The sadhana continued. He prayed. And this time Indra got agitated. He summoned Menaka. He said, go down, distract him. His sadhana is becoming too intense. Distract him. And Menaka came down, lured him and broke his sadhana. Vishvamitra got distracted. He married Menaka. He had a daughter named Shakuntala. And years rolled by. One after another, slowly the years rolled by. He lost focus. He lost track of his goal. He had left everything he possessed to become a Brahma Rishi, right? His castle, the entire kingdom of the world, his children, his family, everything he had left to become a Brahma Rishi. And what happened? In the meantime, he got distracted and got so engrossed with Menaka that he forgot what he had started. Such as Maya. Dekho, we also got this human birth after so much of tapas, after so much of sadhana. We have toiled. It is not 84 lakh yoni species ke baad one human birth. And then again starts the cycle. So we have toiled, we have struggled with that one-minded focus that I want to reach my Lord. And with all the accumulated punya, all the accumulated deeds, all the accumulated effort, we got this human birth. And then what happened? Maya happened. What happened? Delusion happened. What happened? Yahi to hua na. We forgot the Lord because we started loving His Maya. What is happening to Vishvamitra is something that happens to us every single day. We lose focus. Get up every morning and look at yourself and tell yourself, I got this human birth. मेरे को मनुष्य शरीर, मनुष्य योनि मिली है. मैंने कितनी मेहनत करी होगी. How much effort I must have put to get this human birth. And now what am I doing? Make a note of how you spend your day. Extend it to see how you have spent your month. Extend it further. How did you spend the year? How did you spend so many years? वही mundane existence, mundane activities, khao, piyo, so. You get up, you eat, you sleep, you go, have fun, momentary joys. You buy things which are perishable. You associate with people whose relations are just passing clouds. We get hurt, we get okay. Such trivial things we spend doing with this beautiful, elevated human birth. And ये निकल जाएगा, year after year. And that is what we teach our children also. We get so conditioned. We condition the children also. We make them forget the reason for this birth. Instead of telling them, become humans, we tell them, be successful no matter what. You need to become rich. We don't even tell them that the essence of everything is being happy. Because that is the closest we are, right? Anand, Sat Chit Anand. And not only we lose this human birth, and that is why we are paap ke bhagi. not only do we lose this human birth, we also make sure that the coming generation is unable to seek the Lord. Not only are we deluded, not only are we so fascinated by material glories and name, fame, money, possessions and people, we ensure that the coming generation, our offspring, also is immersed only in Maya and materialism. Very easily we'll say that we do not have time to pray to the Lord. There are so many things which you can cut off your list. That is why it is essential to make a note of where every moment went, because every moment of this human birth is as precious as millions and millions of diamonds. That is not even a comparison. But do we know what we are losing? And we'll say, what to do? We are in sansar. We are grihasts. We are householders. We have responsibilities. So who is asking you to leave the responsibilities? In our scriptures, everybody, every sage, be it Vasishtha or Vishvamitra, every king, be it Harishchandra or Ram or Krishna, they were all householders. Then, but Ramji led his life. Krishna accomplished the Prabhupada. Guru Vasishtha was in communion with the universe and the Lord, so much so that whatever came out of his mouth became a reality. And we say we are just humans, we say we are householders. And hence, so many excuses. It's sad. What is happening to Vishvamitra, is that which is happening to us. We are throwing away the most precious of births. We are throwing away the most amazing of accumulated punya or good deeds. And then we'll keep rotating in this cycle of 84 lakh births. Sad. Right? 84 lakh hai, usse zyada hai. Think about it. So Vishvamitra got engrossed with Menaka. He had a child called Shakuntala. He forgot about God, just like all of us. And he started living a mundane, normal life, just like all of us. And this is sad. What happened next, we'll continue in the next session. But today's session, there are lots of points we need to dwell on. See, scriptures are not only to be heard, they are supposed to be internalized and put into action. It's good to hear, but to implement. It should actually jolt you out of your comfort zone and make you think. When Vishwarath got jolted out of his comfort zone, he started walking towards the Lord. Yes, he got distracted more often than normal. But whenever he realized that he had been distracted, he would go back to the path. Whenever he strayed, he would go back. The minute he realized what Menaka had done, what Indra had done, he left it there and then. And he went back to his tapasya. Yes, he dropped everything there and then because he was cheated. Indra, his indriyas, his senses. Our eyes want to see things, right? Our mouth wants to taste amazing things. Our ears want to hear glories about ourselves. Our mouth wants to gossip. Our legs want to go to places where we can have fun. Our hands want to take, accumulate. Our mind dreams of bigger houses, car, riches, fame, name. Because when the senses become outwardly bound, they just reach out for Maya and materialism, and what is left behind is the Lord. And that is what Indra did. Indra is our Indriyas. He pulled Vishvamitra, Vishwarath out of his inbound, his Indriyas, his senses which were being inbound, going deep towards the Lord, were pulled out again by Menaka. And vapas, samsar. Of course, Maya is beautiful. If my Lord is so beautiful, his Maya is definitely beautiful. Shat naman to the Maya. Hanumanji did shat naman to the Maya, and from a distance looked at it and smiled, did not ridicule it, did not demean it. Maya बहुत सुंदर है, पर आप दूरी अच्छी हो माँ. Stay away from me. मैं प्रभु भक्त हूँ. मेरी दौड़ तो मेरे प्रभु तक है, but शट नमन आपको दूर से. That is what Hanumanji did. There is so much to internalize and think. What is keeping us from this path of truth and knowledge? अब नहीं किया और अब नहीं जागे तो कब जागेंगे? If we don't awaken and arise right now, when will we? And if we keep sleeping, who will make sure that the next generation is awakened and arise? Who will make sure that the world moves towards Satyug from Kalyug? The entire onus is on our shoulders. We have to be the change we want to see in this world. अगर हम बदले तो जग बदलेगा. आप बदल के तो देखिए. जय श्री राम, जय श्री कृष्ण, जय हनुमान, जय हनुमान. श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. वासुदेवाय, वासुदेवाय. राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की. राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की. राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की. बोलो बजरंग बली की जय. जय श्री राम, जय श्री कृष्ण, जय हनुमान, जय हनुमान, जय हनुमान.